Well, welcome into Verts. My name is Harrison Graham. The news of the day is around the Chicago Bears as they make a coaching change. They have fired offensive coordinator Shane Waldron just 9 games into the season. What a mess this situation is. We're going to break it all down. Plus, toward the end of the video, Kansas City Chiefs getting healthier, already unbeaten. Could they make an even further undefeated run? We'll take a look at that. But listen, going to make a deal with you guys. If we get 20 new subscribers from today's show, we'll do an NFL mailbag episode later in the week, Q&A. You guys send in your questions. I'll answer them here on the show. Any team, any player, whatever you want to ask about, we will get it done. So go ahead and subscribe. Daily NFL and college football content. 20-plus new subs. We'll do a little mailbag episode here on Verts. All right, what a mess. What a disaster for the Chicago Bears. Listen, once the Bears decided to keep Eberl last year, you had to get the offensive coordinator hire right because they made the decision to switch to Caleb Williams, and that relationship between Caleb and play caller had to be a home run. Not only was it not a home run, he's gone 9 games in. It's been so bad with Shane Waldron. 9 games in, they have to pull the plug. I mean, what a disaster. We saw the clip, if you guys are on social media, which most of you are, about Jackson Smith and Jigba, all the way back in February at the Super Bowl. A Bears podcast, CHGO, asked him, hey, what do you think about Shane Waldron going to the Bears? He literally had to ask if they are recording live because he wanted to be careful with what he said. He thought the guy sucked. And reports have further come out that he didn't command the room in Seattle, hasn't commanded the room in Chicago, and now the Bears had to fire him. They interviewed 9 offensive coordinator candidates, including Cliff Kingsbury, who coached Caleb in college for a year at USC and is killing it with the Commanders, Liam Cohen, who is killing it with the Bucs, Zach Robinson, who's having a really good year with the Atlanta Falcons, Clint Kubiak, who it's been up and down with the Saints. They've had a ton of injuries, but statistically has been better, and a couple others. And the guy they chose, easily the worst in terms of production. Now, is that all on Shane Waldron? No, but it couldn't have gone worse. It could not have gone worse, and it's so dire that 9 games in, they can't even wait till the end of the season. Now, to me, you should have fired Matt Eberflus as well. Why does he keep getting chances to make coaching changes on his own staff? Maybe he's just the major problem, but they're keeping him for now. Thomas Brown takes over. He was the pass game coordinator last year, served as the Panthers offensive coordinator, called 6 games as the Panthers OC last season when they fired Frank Reich. The results weren't that good. Obviously, Carolina was a joke. I will say this, Thomas Brown has a loud endorsement from Sean McVay. He was on the Rams staff from 2020 to 2022, running backs coach the first year. They added assistant head coach to his title in year 2, and he had that title in year 3 as well before going to Carolina. Sean McVay is on record raving about this guy's leadership skills, so I do think from just communication and command the room standpoint, he will be a clear upgrade. Like, go watch one of Shane Waldron's press conferences. Just Google it, YouTube. It's cringe. It's like, this guy, he sold you in the interview process. I mean, that's a whole different problem. Like, if you're the Bears, Poles, Eberflus, whoever, like, I got to question your judgment. Just listening to Waldron talk. Like, even if he is a great scheme guy, like, that guy is going to be the one to build a relationship with Caleb Williams. I don't think so. And clearly, that did not work out. Now, schematically, I have no idea if Thomas Brown can get this offense going. But at least he'll be a guy that can command the room better. But let's be real. This is a half measure. We know where this is going. The Bears will have an entire new coaching staff in 2025, barring a miracle. And they're going to enter a cycle that they've entered many times before. Mitch Trubisky, drafted in 2017. John Fox, lame duck head coach, fired after his rookie season. They hire Matt Nagy, has to learn a whole new offense, never works out. Justin Fields, drafted in 2021, lame duck head coach with Matt Nagy. Doesn't work out, they fire him and the GM. Matt Eberflus, Ryan Poles come in. Fields has to learn a whole new system with Luke Getsy. Doesn't work out. They trade Justin Fields. They draft Caleb Williams. They bring in a new offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron. He's already been fired. Matt Eberflus is almost certainly going to be fired after this year. And next year, Caleb will have to learn a new offense and build new relationships with new coaches. Like, you didn't have to do this. It was so obvious that once you decided to draft Caleb Williams, you should have fired Matt Eberflus and lined him up with the new coach. Because, listen, if Caleb was struggling this year like he clearly has been as of late with the first-year head coach and play caller, like, yeah, it wouldn't be a great situation, but you could start building, ideally. You wouldn't, like, the coach wouldn't be on the hot seat, because here's what's happening. Matt Eberflus knows if he doesn't win, he's fired. So I think he has instilled Caleb to play safe. You watch his misses, his inaccurate throws, they're all safe. No danger of getting picked off. He has not thrown a pick in over a month. But they're not moving the ball consistently, and his misses are low, away from defenders. He's hesitant to throw. He's taking all these sacks. Very similar to what we saw with Justin Fields, who became trigger shy under Matt Eberflus. So I just think bringing this coach back when you decided to change quarterbacks could not have been a worse decision. I mean, it really couldn't have been. And now you're stuck in this situation where can Caleb Williams work in Chicago? Are they going to break him? When I say can they fix Caleb, I don't think he's completely broken as a player. But this offense and his confidence the last few weeks is just not good. It's not there. And yes, we're only 9 games in. And yes, I'm a big believer in him and his talent. But I've watched the history of this franchise. Their inability to not just hit on quarterbacks, but coach them up properly, develop properly, line up the coaching with the player, everyone on the same page. They've screwed it up over and over and over again. And it's fair, if you're a Bears fan out there, to doubt if they will ever get this figured out. And someone in the office asked me, hey, what do you think would have happened if the Bears drafted Jaden Daniels, who's running away with Rookie of the Year, and the Commanders ended up with Caleb Williams? I said Caleb would likely be playing very well and Jaden would be struggling. Not because one's better than the other or any other tangible reason, but because the Bears continuously fail in their coaching hires, their decision-making as a franchise. They do not surround quarterbacks in good situations. So I feel very confident that the opposite would be happening. Jaden would be the quarterback talked about around the league as the guy struggling, and Caleb would be doing well. Now, it doesn't mean he'd be doing better than Jaden is in Washington, or doesn't mean Jaden would be as bad as Caleb's been in Chicago. My point is, it's just gotten to that point where it feels that way. And that's on the Bears. It's on the Bears to change that narrative, because until they do, they're known as the QB killer franchise. There's a reason they're the only franchise to never have a 4,000-yard passer and 30 touchdown passes in a single season from a quarterback. It's not by accident. It's because it's organizational failure. And it starts at the ownership with the McCaskies, and it goes all the way down the list. Regardless of who's in charge, regardless of who the current leaders are, they continue to mess it up, and it appears they could be doing it again. And it's not fair to the player. It's not fair to the current team. It's not fair to the fan base. Like, get this figured out. I mean, they so badly are going to have to get this hire right this offseason, because if they don't, another quarterback has been ruined. And that's a shame. That really is a shame. If you had to predict who will be the Bears head coach in 2025, what say you? Let us know in the comment section down below. I think Ben Johnson, Mike Vrabel, those will be some names mentioned, but they got to get somebody, and it better be someone that works out. Let's talk about the Chiefs. The Chiefs are getting healthier. Running back Isiah Pacheco, who suffered a fractured leg or fractured bone in his leg, and Charles Omenihu, who people kind of forget about, was really good down the stretch last year, tore his ACL either in the Super Bowl or AFC Championship game, can't remember now. Both had their practice windows opened. We'll see if they actually return this week against the Bills, but regardless, they're going to be back very soon, and those are two real contributors to this team. Now, obviously, I think Kareem Hunt is a player that deserves to have a role still moving forward, but Pacheco is a big part of the offense, and Omenihu was one of their best pass rushers down the stretch last year. It's like trading for a solid pass rusher, middle of the season. I mean, it's for a team that, oh, by the way, is 9-0 and has won 15 games in a row. It just got me thinking. The Chiefs play the Bills this week on the road. It's going to be tough. They're underdogs. Let's say they win that game, though. Is 17-0 on the table? Let me pull up their schedule real quick. Is 17-0 on the table? Because say what you want, oh, lucky this, close call there. All I know is they win. All they do is win games. And it's, that blocked field goal, that doesn't happen often. They exploited a weakness they saw on tape. That guy has been getting run over for weeks now on field goal for the Broncos. They loaded 3 guys on him, trucked him, and it opened up a lane to block the kick. Like that's film work. That's preparation. Like the Chiefs are ready for every situation. And if they beat the Bills this week, their schedule after that, at Carolina, game they should absolutely win. Raiders at home, should be a win. Chargers at home won't be easy, but a game they should win at home. At the Browns, they should win. Texans at home, may not be easy, but a game they should win. Texans haven't been great this year. At Pittsburgh, that'll also be tough. At Denver, we just saw Denver play them close. That'll be tough. Those are all winnable, though. They really are. You beat the Bills this week, you're going to see talk shows start to talk about, hey, is 17-0? 17-0 a thing? Could the Chiefs go 17-0? I wouldn't predict it, but listen, Mahomes, Reed, Chris Jones, Kelsey, these guys know how to win. And you saw Mahomes' reaction when they blocked that field goal, how amped up he was. He doesn't care about individual awards. He doesn't care about stats. He wants to win. He's chasing immortality. And, as long as they keep winning games, if they get to 11, 12, 13-0, they're going to start talking about it in that locker room. Like, hey, 17-0 on the table? Could we do it? We'll see. Big game this weekend against the Buffalo Bills. All right, that's going to do it for 4 Verts today. Again, if we get 20-plus subscribers from this video, we'll do a little mailbag episode, take your questions and fire away here on 4 Verts. So launch your questions in the comments, but also hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. My name is Harrison Graham. We will see you guys very soon.